The city never sleeps, but it's drowning in its own filth. I can hear the heartbeat of the system, and it's fading. They thought they could lock the core. They thought the zero node was just a myth. They were wrong. Every step I take rewrites the code of this world. The shadows aren't my enemies. They're my soldiers. The hunters are becoming the prey. If they want a monster, I will show them one they can't delete. This is only the first layer. I'm coming for the architects of this lie, and I won't stop until the system reaches 0. Security level 5. To them, it's an impenetrable fortress. To me, it's just a door that hasn't been opened yet. Let's see if their firewalls can handle the weight of a ghost in the machine. Access denied? That's a funny word. In my world, everything is accessible if you know where to strike. The welcome party is here. Lasers, turrets, and enough electricity to fry a city block. Predictable. They think speed is the key, but it's not about being fast. It's about being ahead of the rhythm. Calculated risk. Every trajectory is mapped in my mind before the trigger is even pulled. Hardware is so fragile. One wrong pulse and your expensive toys become nothing but scrap metal. The silence is better. Now the system can finally hear me coming. Hello, Mother. I heard you've been looking for the glitch in your perfect little world. Don't bother screaming. By the time you realize I'm here, I'll already be part of your soul. The architecture is messy. Too many layers of obsolete code holding this facade together. It's almost pathetic. Let's see what you're really hiding, Mother. The corruption doesn't just start at the top. It defines the entire structure. Resistance is logical, but futile. You can't stop a disease that already understands its cure. A physical countermeasure? You finally realize digital barriers won't hold me. Impressive reaction time. The System Guardian, Model Alpha, known for its adaptability, but still just a program in a tin can. I was wondering when they'd send the A-Team. This will be the first real test of the new code. You think that blade can cut me? You're trying to slice through a ghost made of the very data you protect. Rule number 1 of the digital age. You can't touch what you can't quantify. Rule number 2. The architecture always has a back door, even for a guardian. Now, sleep, little program. I've already extracted what I need. The guardian was just a distraction. The real data is deeper, hidden in the layers of the city's foundation. Wait, this isn't just a management system. It's a harvesting protocol. They aren't ruling the citizens, they're consuming them. As requested, Project Ashen Devourer. If this reaches 100%, there won't be a soul left in this sector. Recorded as requested. They know I've seen it. The system is trying to purge the entire sector just to get rid of me. Delivered as required. Cowards. They'd rather burn their own city to the ground than let the truth escape these walls. Presented as requested. The panic is starting. Good. A panicked mind is harder for the system to control. Executed as requested. I need to reach the broadcast tower. If I can upload this data to the public cloud, the Devourer stops tonight. Delivered according to your instruction. More toys. They really don't want me talking, do they? Final request presented. You want to play for high stakes? Fine. Let's see how many drones it takes to kill a legend. Voiceover completed. 1 shot, 1 sector. Watch closely, Mother. Your sky is about to break. Completed as instructed. Bullseye. That's 1 less eye in the sky. But they're already sending reinforcements. Delivered according to your guidelines. They're trying to pin me down. They think the height is my disadvantage. They haven't realized I own the air here too. Completed as required. Gravity is just another variable in the code, and I've always been good at math. Delivered as requested. The higher you climb, the more you have to lose. I have nothing left but this mission. As instructed. There it is. The heart of their propaganda machine. The zero node is calling. Recorded as requested. A dark energy shield. They're using the very souls they've harvested to protect their tower. Disgusting. Delivered as required. If the shield is made of data, It can be overwritten. I just need a direct interface. Executed as requested. Stop trying to save a system that's already dead. You're just delaying the inevitable. Delivered according to your guidelines. I am the virus. I am the cure. And I'm coming in. Completed as instructed. The barrier is breaking. Once I'm inside, there's no turning back for anyone. Delivered as requested. The air in here is heavy. It smells like ozone and ancient data. I'm inside the brain of the beast. Executed as requested. Every step I take is being analyzed. The system is trying to adapt to my presence in real time. Delivered according to your guidelines. Wait, my reflection. It's not following me anymore. Completed as instructed. A mirror match. The system's ultimate defense. My own power turned against me. Delivered according to your requested. I am everything you've tried to delete, it says without a voice. I am the part of you that belongs to the system. Recorded as requested. You're just a snapshot of my past. I've evolved since the last time I looked in the mirror. Delivered according to your requested. It knows my moves, my speed, my weaknesses, but it doesn't know my resolve. Executed as requested. You can copy my code, but you can't copy the reason why I fight. Delivered according to your... I'm not here to fight you. I'm here to absorb you. You're just more data for my upgrade. As instructed. Integration complete. Now I have the admin keys. The tower is mine. Recorded as requested. The core is open. Every secret, every lie, every stolen soul. It's all right here at my fingertips. Delivered according to your guidelines. I'm bypassing the encryption. In 10 seconds, the Ashen Devourer protocol will be exposed to every screen in the city. Completed as instructed. Look up. See the chains you've been wearing. See the faces of the monsters who called themselves your protectors. Delivered as requested. Citizens of Sector 0, you were never part of a society. You were fuel for a machine. But tonight, the machine breaks. Executed as requested. They'd rather blow this tower to pieces than let me finish the upload. They're desperate. Delivered according to your guidelines. Hold on. Just 5% more. I won't leave until the last byte is sent. Recorded as requested. The harvest is stopping. The souls are being released. Can you feel it? The weight is finally lifting. Delivered as required. Upload complete. The truth is out. Now there is no going back to the dark. Executed as requested. The tower falls, but the people have finally stood up. My job here is done. Delivered according to your guidelines. The system is dead, but the world is still broken. There are other sectors, other lies, and I have plenty of time. Recorded as requested. Sector 0 was just the beginning. The corruption here in Sector 1 is older, deeper, and much more personal. Delivered according to your requested. That mark. It's impossible. Only one person knew how to draw that specific sequence. Executed as requested. You're late, Jen. A voice echoes through the rain. A voice I haven't heard since the Great Purge. Delivered according to your guidelines. Kale, you're alive. They told me you were erased in the mainframe collapse. Completed as instructed. Erasing me isn't that easy. Kale smirks. I've been hiding in the dead code, waiting for you to break the seal. Delivered as requested. He shows me the truth. While I was fighting the tower, the system was moving its core samples here. Delivered according to your guidelines. So they didn't stop. They just moved the operation. They're still experimenting on the disconnected. Recorded as requested. This is the kill switch for the entire underground grid, Kale says. But we can't just plug it in. We have to bypass the biolock. Delivered according... A biolock requires a genetic match. They're using the DNA of the original architects to guard the facility. Executed as requested. The search party is here. We've been spotted. Time to see if your mechanical arm still packs a punch, Kale. Delivered according to your guidelines. The sector's cleanup crew. They don't just kill. They dismantle every piece of unauthorized data, including us. Completed as instructed. I'll handle the ground, Kale grunts. You find us a way into that ventilation shaft, Jen. Delivered as requested. My daggers cut through their alloy like hot coat through a weak firewall. I'm clearing the path. Recorded as requested. One bite, and the virus they carry will rewrite my nervous system. I can't afford a single scratch. Delivered according to your guidelines. Environment manipulation. Even the oldest parts of the city can be used as a weapon if you know the layout. Executed as requested. Over here! This shaft leads directly to the sub-level cooling system. It's our only blind spot. Delivered according to your guidelines. We're in, but don't celebrate yet. The bio lock at the end of this tunnel is tuned to someone we both know. Delivered according to your guidelines. Descending into the belly of the beast. The deeper we go, the less the laws of the surface apply. Completed as instructed. My God, this isn't just a lab. It's a warehouse. They've been storing the disconnected like spare parts. Delivered as requested. This face, it's not just a coincidence. The system didn't copy me. It's been growing me. Executed as requested. I was never a glitch. I was a product. A prototype designed to be the ultimate interface, and then discarded. Delivered according to your guidelines. They wanted a soul that could speak the language of the machine, Kale whispers. You were the only one who survived the synchronization. Completed as instructed. The realization has to wait. The facility's immune system has detected the anomaly. That's us. Delivered as requested. If I'm the prototype, then I know the frequency of these shields. Kale, cover the left flank. Executed as requested. Go for the console, Kale shouts over the roar of the cannons. I'll buy you the time you need to kill this nightmare. Delivered according to your guidelines. Every bolt I dodge is a calculation. Every step is a line of code I'm overwriting in real time. Completed as instructed. The biolock. It's looking for the DNA of its creator, or the closest thing to it. Identity confirmed. Subject 0. Accessing the Project Devourer master files. Delivered as requested. It's a feedback loop. By opening the lock, I've triggered a mass deletion of the prototypes. I have to save them. Delivered according to your guidelines. I won't let them be erased. If I'm the bridge, then I'll carry the weight of every single one of them. Recorded as requested. I can feel them. Their memories, their fragmented souls, their unlived lives, they're all pouring into me at once. Delivered as requested. The human brain wasn't built for this. I'm not just a prototype anymore. I'm becoming the mainframe itself. Executed as requested. Jin, stop! You're going to burn out. Kale's voice is distant, a whisper in a storm of 1 billion lines of code. Delivered according to your guidelines. The noise has stopped. They're safe now. They aren't in those tubes anymore. They're part of me. The facility is no longer under their control. I've rewritten the permissions. I am the administrator now. Director Vora, the woman who signed the order for my creation. She looks smaller in person. You are supposed to be a Tool 0? She spits. A tool doesn't steal the master's keys. Delivered according to your guidelines.